Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday night training call. What does I love you mean from a narcissist? If you follow me, then you know I did this call back in April. And I got to say that I got such a huge response from this topic that I had to do it again. So I revamped it. And I am going to bring you some new material. There's some material from April, but there is some new material, and we have new people on the line, so we're going to get some new Q&A and some more insights, and it's beautiful. So thank you for being here and choosing you as a priority tonight. My name is Denise Dominguez, and I am a women's empowerment coach. I coach women on resolving unhealthy relationships so that they can live a life of freedom, joy, and abundance. I help women embrace who they are so that they can be free to create the results they desire in their business, life, and relationships. Tonight, I want you to just sit back and relax and take in as much information as possible for you. I am glad you're here. We're going to be interactive in this call, so pull up your chat box because tonight I'm asking questions, and that is where you can answer that. So let's do some house cleaning. This call is just for you, ladies, so make yourself a priority for the next 30 to 40 minutes. This means close out those other tabs in the computer or your cell phone, shut it off, put it on silent, whatever. Just be here with me and do you. Right? Let's be in the present moment, because here's what I know about the present moment. That's when things start to happen, right? So here's some clarity on present moment, because people talk about be in the present moment, be in the present moment. And for years I was like, what the hell are they talking about? So here's what it means. In this 10 seconds, choose you. In this 10 seconds, I'm going to focus on this call. In this 10 seconds, I have whatever it is. So that's being in the present moment in this 10 seconds. So hopefully you are in a relaxed place to listen to this call. I call it my sacred place. And it's where I have like my own space in my house where I listen to my coaching calls. And I have either a glass of tea or water or, hey, glass of wine, whatever you want next to you. All right, so let's get in the present moment even a little bit deeper, and let's take a couple of deep breaths to be present. So as we inhale, we're going to inhale love and abundance, and as we exhale, we're going to exhale all the stress from today. Okay, ready? Here we go. Breathe in, all love and light. Breathe out, all the crap from today. Okay. Hold it at the top. Okay, one more. Breathe in. Hold it. Sip a little more. Okay, now I want to go to sleep. Okay. So just to give you a little backdrop of who I am and how I got here, like I said, a woman empowerment coach. I'm a coach, speaker, and author. I hosted a radio show on Blog Talk Radio called It's Your Turn Radio. I did that for about 2 years. My signature speech is Own Your Story, so your story doesn't own you. And most recently, I am a 2-time best-selling author and international author. Yeah, that was my book that I launched last year. I co-authored in the book, and it is called A New Day Dawns, Breaking Up with Abuse. And it's all about being in an abusive relationship. So that's how I'm able to talk about this with you. But things weren't always this awesome in my life. And really, after 22 years of being a very toxic marriage, I decided it was time to leave. I left and moved 3 states away with no job and managed to manifest $10,000 to leave Florida. And that's not including the 10 days I was in Colorado on vacation. I did this in only 5 months. I made a plan and followed it and did everything that I set out to do. Mindset, ladies, it is all about the mindset. What do you want? And that's what brings me here tonight, talking to you about abuse and toxic relationships, and one with a narcissist. So this is actually my specialty because I lived it for 22 years. So what better experience to talk about this and help women heal from this type of relationship than being in one for 22 years and healing from it. So like I said, I did this call back in April of this year, and what a response I received from women. So all of my calls that I do on Tuesday night are uploaded on my YouTube channel, and the comments that I got, comments of the hurt, the pain, the emotional pain, the confusion of being in or coming out of a relationship with a narcissist, just an overwhelming response from women not knowing where to turn or what to do next. That's why we're here tonight. That's why I wanted to do this call for you to understand what I love you means from a narcissist. For you to even recognize the narcissist in your life, right? Because there's no coincidence that you attracted or chose this person into your life, right? There's a connection there. There's a connecting of the dots of how this happened. I have a hair on me and it's like, I'm trying to get it. Okay, here I got it. So my goal tonight is to bring you value in this topic. I want you to understand this archetype in a person. What? An archetype in a person? What the heck am I talking about? Okay, well, I'm going to dive into that later. If you're my client, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you are not my client, I will get into that later. So why am I able to talk to you about this? Because, like I said, I was married to a narcissist for over 20 years, but I didn't even know it. I was in an abusive relationship and didn't even know it. Because there was no sexual abuse or there was no physical abuse, I didn't realize that, all the other forms of abuse, and I didn't know that I was in an abusive relationship. I was being used and manipulated and didn't even know it. Well, I kind of knew it, but kept pushing it and denying the truth, right? Because they say the truth hurts, right? And it really does. And they also say that the truth shall set you free. Bam, that is so true. I was too busy trying to save him, save our marriage, and save our family. So, ladies, it is time to recognize these toxic relationships for what they are: unhealthy. Having been through that and come out of it thriving beyond what I could have ever imagined is why I'm here sharing my journey and what I learned. I want to give from my heart to you. I want you to know, if you are in a toxic relationship, that you can get out of it and thrive too. I mean, thrive. I want you to see yourself, your life, and the people around you through clear lenses. And that's what I do. If you have already left the relationship, it's now time to recover from being in it. It's now time for you to focus on you and make yourself a priority at all times. And I just want to put this in there. There is a difference between being selfish and focusing on you, because as women, we're taught, we're groomed, we're programmed, we're wired to think that the right thing to do, especially when we become parents, the right thing to do is to put everybody above us, right? And if we think of ourselves first, we are selfish. But that's not true, okay? So there's a difference. There's a big difference between making myself a priority and being selfish, okay? So all of this that I'm talking about takes time, okay? It takes energy, and it's about you investing in you. And just by you being here tonight is you investing in you. So what could be better than that? Because you matter. And that's huge too. A lot of, I know I didn't think that I mattered. I thought everybody else mattered, right? I put everybody else before me. My kids, my ex, my family, everybody, right? All their drama and trauma, all of it. I put myself, I don't even think I was on the back burner. So let's dive in. What it means when a narcissist says, I love you. But one of my clients posted this article in our group, and when I read it, I was like in awe of it. This article gave me so much clarity, and I wanted to share it with you. So here's a disclaimer. This article is not mine. It came from Psych Central, and it's by Anitha, Staik. She's a PhD, and published with permission from the author. So I just want to make that clear. So here is the article. Dear codependent partner. So that would be us, right? This is the narcissist talking to us, okay? What I'm about to say is something I'd ever say or admit to you, because to do so would end the winner takes all game. That is my main source of pleasure in life, one that effectively keeps you carrying my load in the relationship. And that's the whole point. When I say I love you, I mean, I love how hard you work to make me feel like you're everything. That I am the focus of your life, that you want me to be happy, and that I'll never be expected to do the same. I love the power I have to take advantage of your kindness and intentions to be nice, and the pleasure I derive when I make myself feel huge in comparison to you, taking every opportunity to make you feel small and insignificant. I love the feeling it gives me thinking of you as weak, vulnerable, emotionally fluffy, and I love looking down on you for your childlike innocence and gullibility as weakness. I love the way I feel knowing that through the use of gaslighting, what you want to discuss or address will never happen. And I love this power to train you to feel crazy for even asking or bringing up issues that don't interest me, effectively even lowering your expectations of me and what I'm capable of giving you while I up mine of you. I love how easy it is to keep your sole focus on alleviating my pain, never yours. And that regardless what you do, you'll never make me feel good enough, loved enough, respected enough, appreciated enough, and so on. Misery loves company. It's not about the closeness, empathy, emotional connection you want, or what I did that hurts or embarrassed you, or how little time I spent engaged with you or the children, and so on. It's about my status and doing my job to keep you in your place. Pain, focused on feeling my pain, blocking you from feeling valued in relation to me. I'm superior and entitled to all the pleasure, admiration, and comforting between us. Remember? I love you means I love the way I feel when you are with me. More specifically, regarding you as a piece of property I own, my possession, like driving a hot car. I love the extent to which you enhance my status in the eyes of others, letting them know that I'm top dog, and so on. I love thinking others are jealous of my possessions. I love the power I have to keep you working hard to prove your love and devotion, wondering what else you need to do to prove your loyalty. I love you means I love the way I feel when I'm with you. Due to how often I hate and look down on others in general, the mirror neurons in my brain keep me constantly experiencing feelings of self-loathing. Thus, I love that I can love myself through you and also love hating you for my neediness of having to rely on you or anyone for anything. I love that you are to blame. Whenever I feel this neediness, feeling scorn for you seems to protect me from something I hate to admit, that I feel totally dependent on you to feed my sense of superiority and entitlement, and to keep my illusion of power alive in my mind. Nothing makes me feel more fragile and vulnerable than not having control over something that would tarnish my image and superior status, such as when you question how I treat you, as if you still don't understand. Like getting you to accept yourself as an object for my pleasure, happy regardless of how I treat you or the children, is key proof of my hierarchy status to the world. You're my possession, remember? It's my job to teach you to hate and act calculus towards those crazy things that only weak people need, such as closeness and emotional stuff. And by the way, I know this works because my childhood taught me to do this myself inside. It makes me light up with pleasure. More proof of my hierarchy that I can easily get you flustered, make you act crazy over not getting what you want from me, make you repeat yourself and say and do things that you'll later hate yourself for because of your niceness. Everything you say, any hurts or complaints you share, you can be sure I'll taunt you with later, to keep you ever spinning your wheels, ever trying to explain yourself, ever doubting yourself and confused, trying to figure out why I don't get it. Any of this ringing true? I know it is for me. There's nothing to get. To break the code, you'll have to look through my lens, not yours. It's my job to show complete disinterest in your emotional needs, hurts, wants, and to train, dismiss, and punish accordingly until you learn your lesson. That is, to take your place as a voiceless object. A possession has no desire except to serve my pleasure and comfort, and never an opinion of how it's treated. That you can't figure this out after all the ways I've mistreated you, to me, is proof of my genetic hierarchy. In my playbook, those with superior genes are never kind, except to lure and snare their victims. I love that I can make you feel insecure at the drop of a hat, especially by giving attention to other women, perhaps also others in general, friends, family, members, children, etc. The list is endless. The power that gives me to put a display of what you don't get from me, to taunt and make you beg for what I easily give to others, wondering why it's so easy to give what you want to others, to express feelings or affection, to give compliments, that is, when it serves my pleasure. In this case, to watch you squirm. I love the power I have to get you back whenever you threaten to leave by throwing a few curves your way. Oh, crumbs. Throwing a few crumbs your way. And watching how quickly I can talk you into trusting me when I turn on a charm, deceiving you into thinking this time I'll change. I love you means I need you because due to the self-loathing I carry inside, I need someone who won't abandon me, that I can use as a punching bag to make myself feel good by making them bad about themselves. This is how I pleasure myself, and the way I numb, deny the scary feelings I carry inside that I hope to never admit ever. I hate any signs of weakness in me, which is why I hate you and all those I consider inferior, stupid, feeble, and so on. I love you means that I love fixing and shaping your thoughts and beliefs, being in control of your mind, so that you think of me as your miracle and savior, a source of life and substance you depend on, and bouncing back like gravity, no matter how high you try to fly or jump away. I love that this makes me feel like a god, to keep you so focused, obsessed even, with making me feel worshipped and adored, sacrificing everything for me to prove yourself so that I don't condemn you, seeking to please none other, and inherently with sole rights to administer rewards and punishments as I please. I love how I can use my power to keep you down, doubting and second-guessing yourself, questioning your sanity, obsessed with explaining yourself to me and others, professing your loyalty, wondering what's wrong with you, instead of realizing you cannot make someone happy, who derives their sense of power and pleasure from feeling scorn for others and you. I love you means I love the way I feel when I see myself through your admiring eyes, that you're my feel-good drug, my dedicated audience, my biggest fan and admirer, and so on. You, and in particular, you're looking up at me unquestionably as your never-erring opponent source of knowledge is my drug of choice. You may have noticed how touchy I am at any signs of being questioned. Yes, I hate how fragile I feel at any sign of thinking that you or the world could judge me as having failed to keep my possessions in line. And I love that no matter how hard you beg or plead for my love and admiration to feel valued in return, it won't happen. As long as I'm in control, why would I let it? When I'm hooked on deriving pleasure from depriving you anything that would be wind beneath your wings, risking you'd fly away from me, it gives me great pleasure to not give you what you yearn for, the tenderness you need and want, to burst your every dream and bubble, then telling myself, I'm no fool. I love that I can control your attempts to get through to me by controlling your mind, in particular by shifting the focus on any discussion onto what is wrong with you, your failure to appreciate and make me feel loved, good enough, and of course, reminding you of all I've done for you and how grateful you are, how ungrateful you are. I love how I skillfully manipulate others' opinions of you as well, getting them to side with me as the good guy and side against you as the bad guy, portraying you as needy, never satisfied, always complaining, selfish and controlling, and the like. I love how easy it is for me to say no to what may provide you a sense of value and significance in relation to me, with endless excuses, and that I instead keep your focus on my needs and wants, my discomforts or pain. I love feeling that I own your thoughts, your ambitions and ensuring your wants and needs are solely focused on not upsetting me and keeping me happy. I love being a drug of choice you have to have, regardless of how I mistreat you, despite all the signs that your addiction to me is draining the energy from your life, that you are at risk of losing more and more of what you most value and hold dear, to include the people you love and those who love and support you. I love that I can isolate you from others who may nourish you and break the spell. And I love making you mistrust them so that you can conclude no one else really wants to put up with you but me. I love that I can make you feel I'm doing you a favor by being with you and throwing crumbs your way. Like a vacuum, the emptiness inside me is a constant need of sucking the life and breath and vitality you bring to my life, which I crave like a drug and can never satisfy. That I fight to hoard and hate the thought of sharing. While I hate you, my addiction to your caring attention, my neediness keeps me craving to see myself through your caring eyes, ever ready to admire, adore, forgive, make excuses for me, and fall for my lies and traps. I love that you keep telling me how much I hurt you, not knowing that, to me, this is like a free marketing report, which lets me know how effective my tactics have been to keep you in pain, focused on alleviating my pain, so that I am ever winning in this competition, ensuring that you never weaken, control me with your love and emotion, closeness stuff. In short, when I say I love you, I love the power I have to remain a mystery that you'll never solve because of what you do not know, and refuse to believe that the only one who can win this zero-sum winner-takes-all game is the one who knows the rules. My sense of power rests on assuring you never succeed at pursuing me to join you in creating a mutual kind relationship, because my worldview, being vulnerable, emotionally expressive, kind, caring, empathetic, innocent, are signs of weakness, proof of inferiority. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm resolved to stay on my winner-takes-all ground, ever in competition for the prize, gloating in my narcissistic ability to be heartless, callous, cold, calculating, and proud, to ensure my neediness for a sense of hierarchy isn't hammered. Forever love limiting your narcissist. So that is the article. Pretty powerful. If there was ever a question of what does I love you mean from a narcissist, that pretty much laid it out on the line. As I was reading that again, I was seeing all the things that went on in my life during my marriage of 22 years and the gaslighting and all of that. And just once again, confirming, reassuring me that when I talk about this, that I know without a shadow of a doubt that that was the relationship that I had. So if you have ever wondered how you will recover from this codependency relationship, or why you keep attracting these type of people in your life, I urge you to get on a free coaching call with me. In one 90-minute call, I will show you how and why this happened to you. I will give you tools to start the recovering process, so you can start to heal your emotional wounds. It's no coincidence that you have these types of people in your life. And unless or until you heal this part of you, things will never change. Here's what some of you are saying about our 90-minute calls together. Denise is very professional, a sharp coach, and right on point. She identified my archetype quickly, which I did not even realize myself. She spent the whole session patiently helping me out. Denise's approach really inspired me. I feel the connection and resonate with her coaching knowledge. I keep thinking about my archetype, and I realized it influenced different areas of my life. I started to self-reflect and tried to adjust it and applying to my real life. Thanks so much. Denise is real and amazing. Even when she told me of my narcissistic archetype, I faced it and moved forward. So in closing, ladies, I want to thank you for being here. I am going to open the lines for some one-on-one Q&A, any coaching you need, but I wanted to thank you first for being here tonight and choosing you. You are so worthy of having your dream life. You, just sit with that for a second. Just really sit with that and imagine, what is it that you desire out of life, right? What is it? Is it travel? Is it your best friend, to marry your best friend? Is it vacations? Is it a big house? What does it feel like? What does your life feel like? You can have that. I hope you continue to make you and your dream life a priority. And as always, I invite you to get on that 90-minute coaching call with me. And finally, at the very least, do this. Get into a practice of saying this to yourself over and over. Use this as an anchor in your mind. I love myself. Say this over and over again. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. This is one tool that I give to my clients, and I'm all about spreading the love. So I am going to open up the lines. Okay, so Robin said, so do they purposely set out to find people that can manipulate, or do they, like other types, create this type of relationship in their lives? Yes, they do purposely set out. So a narcissist cannot have a relationship with somebody who's exactly like them. There's just no way. There has to be a give and take in this relationship. So, remember the archetypes. The parent and child always go together, Robin. And so narcissist falls under child. So they're going to get themselves a parent. I'm going to mute everybody. Does anybody have any questions? Well, first, let me ask Robin, did that clarify things for you?
Yeah, it did. No, I think where I was coming from was, are they aware that they're a narcissist?
No.
And, are they creating it unconsciously, like people, like non-narcissists coming into life, or they purposely set out to find, because you're saying the parent-child, they need the parent. Well, yeah, they're the child, so they need the parent. So, yeah, that makes it clear, yeah.
Yeah, so they purposely set out because they have a type of person that they are attracted to, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, they're not going to be attracted to someone who is like them. There has to be like somebody in the relationship that is going to surrender. So they seek out those type of personalities, somebody that they know or that they see as weak, or that they see that they can manipulate and mold, and the people that they seek out are also from abusive backgrounds.
Yeah.
So there's no way that my ex would have been able to attract, me choose him and him choose me if I came from a healthy background, right?
That's right. That's right.
Because my kitchen, right, my pizza would have been better than his, and I would have said no to his pizza.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right? So That's in one of the books we read. So he knew whether it was on a conscious or unconscious level, but he knew that he could shape and mold me to serve him and dote on him. And like that whole thing that I just read was so my 22-year marriage. That was it right there. I just read it to you. That was it in a nutshell. I mean, I bowed down to him. Really, Denise?
Like you didn't know back then.
Oh God, no! My pizza. I didn't think I had good pizza then. So, yeah. So yes, they seek out those type of people. They have to.
You got gourmet pizza happening, Denise.
Girl, yes, I do. My pizza's better than his.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah.
How did you get your children to incline with the fact that y'all had to separate because of his dementia aspect?
Well, because it didn't happen that way. What happened was when I left, it wasn't based on all of this. It was just based on I'm getting the hell out of here. And it took time for, I mean, my son is still suffering in it. And honestly, I don't know if he'll ever get out of it. He's very, very stuck in it. So I don't know. But my daughter, because of my healing process, my daughter picked up on that. She started reading self-help books and learning how to love herself. So when you heal yourself, it really is truly a ripple effect, and it goes out. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
neither one of my kids will talk to me anymore because I'm the bad guy.
Who won't talk to you?
Neither one of my children will talk to me because I'm the bad guy.
Well, the only thing I can say to that is you focus on you, and by you healing you, it really does have a ripple effect, and just hold space for them. And when they're ready, they will come to you.
I have a question, Denise.
Sure.
So what if the narcissists are relatives in your family? So for my situation, specifically my mom and my brother immediately after me. Now, I've kind of worked on myself over the years, and I know how to set boundaries and limits, and I don't let them cross that, period. Mm-hmm. I've gotten to a point where I can say no, and I have no problem with it.
Good.
Yeah, good for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I've always been the mediator, the peacemaker, trying to do this and do that. I was sick of it. I made myself a priority. My brother, though, he goes through a lot of girlfriends. He's been married twice, and they can't stay. His current girlfriend, I was in D.C. just this past weekend. I asked her to read the book, Love Yourself Like Your Life Depended on It. One we just finished reading. And it's totally what you described is my brother, and his girlfriend, current girlfriend, is just like her, totally capitulating to everything he wants, and it's just all about him and his needs. How do I help someone like that? I always tell her, put yourself first, think about yourself, listen to yourself. Why would you want to be in this relationship? Look at how you're feeling. It's always about him. It's always about him. But you can always tell somebody so much. They really have to take ownership of it themselves and move forward, right? So I just I don't want to destroy the relationship, but I want her to really open her eyes and be aware of what's going on and how she's enabling him and he's just dominating her.
So first I want to say, Alwi, I love you.
Oh,
and I want you to recognize that is the rescuer in you. Yeah. Wanting to save this girl, right?
Right.
Here's the thing. You can't save anybody.
Right.
However, what you've already done is you've already planted a seed in her.
Okay.
So now all you can do is let that seed grow. And it's up to her to water it, love it, and let it grow. It's her journey. And I know this is hard because I had to go through this too, especially with my son. I wanted to save him, and I had to come to the realization I can't. It's his journey. Because especially when it's our kids, like that, you know, like Ann was just saying, like our kids, that's like our top priority, right?
Right.
But
Our hearts.
our hearts, right. But even though they're our children, I had to let go and just, I did the same thing you did. I planted a seed and then just realized that it's his journey. It's your grandma's journey. And she has to come to that realization that this is an unhealthy relationship, to the point where she is going to make a move and leave the relationship.
Yeah. It's tough to watch it though from the sidelines. You know, when you're there, you're blinded, but when you become aware, you're like, oh my God, why did I go through all of this? Yeah. And then when you see somebody else going through it, you're like, wake up. But it's very painful to watch it because you know what you've gone through and you don't want somebody to go through that. And not only do you know what you've gone through, but you know what the other side looks like. And you want right? And you're like, it is possible. It is really possible. This can happen for you too. Wake up, open your eyes. Hello. Come to the light. Yeah, exactly. Come to the light. And what you did, we was the perfect description. You just want to take them by the shoulders and freaking hello. Shake them. Yeah, you can't. It's their journey. It's a journey. You're right. I told her though, read those 2 books, Mastery of Love and Love Yourself. And I said, read that one first. Like, buy it now. And I stood there and she bought it. She put it on her Kindle and like, read it. I'm going to call you on Tuesday and we're going to talk about it. Yeah. Always going to be giving them out like Christmas. They're going to be stocking stuffers this year. Halloween candy. Here you go. One for you. One for you. Yeah.
Love it. All right. Hello. Can I just say, Ori, I'm going through similar stuff. I had to learn to step back. I know how hard and difficult it is, particularly when someone. But the message, like Denise will give you, is you just got to focus on yourself and your own healing. Mm-hmm. And then it's up to the other people. If it's their journey, that's it. No matter how hard you want them to see what you see. Right. But that's the only way I get through it, is I have to focus on myself. And I'm seeing slow ripples of, you know, my daughter is coming back slowly. So just hang in there. Just hang in there. But learn the control. Okay, that's awesome, Robin. I didn't know that. That's great. Yeah, I think that's the only way you can look at it, because you go crazy otherwise. Yeah, so for Anne, this is what I mean about holding space for them and just loving it from a distance and giving them their space to go through their journey, right? Because they're older now and they're not babies anymore. We can't put them in the stroller. We can't strap them down, and we can't say, you're going to listen to me and you're going to do this. Right. So we have to just hold space for them, love them from a distance, and let them go their journey. Okay? But as you focus on you and as you heal you, I promise you it is a ripple effect. Absolutely. It pours out of you and onto them. So what I do for my clients is I teach them and I show them how they're showing up in the world, and I show them how to show up differently in the world. And so when you show up differently in the world, because we are all energy, people feed off of your energy. So when you show up differently in the world, they're feeding off of your new energy versus your old energy. And so they have no choice but to respond to the new energy that you are claiming. So that's what it's about, is just showing up differently. Yeah. And how I teach them that is, overall, is helping them heal their emotional wounds. So just hold space for them. Give them time. They'll come.
I moved to Georgia. I've distanced myself. I'm on a mission.
But when I say hold space, like the thoughts in your head really do have an effect on them. So, you know, and I know because I did this myself, when before, like not talking to my sisters or whatever, and I was like, oh, that bitch, she, you know, that is an energy that I am sending out.
Right.
So when I say hold space, you have to love them and just give them that space, and you can talk to them inside of your thoughts, inside of your head, you know, and say, I love you, Tabitha, and I'm holding space for you. You're still my firstborn. You're still my number one. And when you're ready, and this is all inside of you, when you're ready, I will be here. Mom will be here.
That's it. That's all you can do.
That's all you can do. You have to give them space. And I know it's painful.
Yep.
Believe me, the thoughts that run inside of your head do have an effect, even if people aren't like directly
What has
listening.
a lot to affect is 20 years of marriage. I'm losing my house. I'm losing my kids. I'm losing my mind. I think I'm out of it.
You're not. You're not. And so why don't you book a call with me and let's get on the phone for an hour and a half and let me help you.
Okay.
Help you out. Especially because I know you since the 6th grade. Like,
Damn, what have I turned into? I used to be your counselor.
I know, right? But because I know your family, and I can connect the dots a lot easier because I know your history. So I can really get on a call with you and kind of like just put things together for you. To where you're like, holy crap, I didn't realize that. You will definitely.
No, I've realized a lot. I just don't want to accept it. That's all.
Well, that's where they say that the truth hurts, right? Yeah. But they also say, like I said in the call, the truth shall set you free. Yes. So once you accept that, the truth will set you free.
I know, Mama.
You just got to get there.
Love yourself enough and book a call and have a chat.
Have a chat.
Action steps.
Robin is down under. She's an Aussie.
I'm an Aussie. I live with the kangaroos.
Aussie.
Hi, Anne.
All right. Anybody else need anything?
No, I'm good.
All right. So, Robin, I will see you tomorrow night. And book a call with me. I'll send you the link. And I love you all. And till next Tuesday.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love
Bye.
you.
Bye.